Why did AG Faris Alwari pay $10.2 million to Vincent Nelson between 2018 and 2019? The question again is, why did Faris Alwari pay Vincent Nelson $10.2 million? Was this an incentive or bribe in exchange for something else? Furthermore, was this a botched plan for something much more sinister? The millionaire AG and the millionaire lawyer have some explaining to do.
But doesn't he go a bit further than that? I mean, isn't he saying this is all rather extraordinary? There was two pretty confident opinions from senior counsel that the case should be brought against Mr. Jones. It was. In September, there was a change of government. In October, Mr. Jones was appointed to the Standing Committee. Within days, there was a whisper in the papers that the case against him might be dropped. Within 10 days of that, Mr. Nelson is writing a very short opinion, and he's after all dealing with withdrawal of a $97 million claim, Mr. Rowe, saying that he thinks there's a reasonable likelihood of failure. In all those, and then it's withdrawn and discontinued, and all the costs have to be paid. Isn't that the basis for saying we must please see the basis upon which Mr. Nelson cast his pessimism, which led to discontinuance?
Well, my lord, it depends upon what one is concerned with. The way it's put by the appellant in his affidavit is, well, it's necessary to allay suspicions. But to put it bluntly, as we do put it bluntly in our case, bluntly the suspicion is that there's been some sort of political interference in all of this, such that for purely political reasons the new government has decided, irrespective of the merits of the case, that it ought to be dropped.
Mr. Rowe, 2 days before this opinion was written, was a Minister of Communication for the new government saying that the case against Mr. Jones was heading for dismissal?
There's reference to that. May I just pick up the reference to that?
Yes, certainly.
Give me a sec. I don't think it's 2 days before that. I think it's actually a little longer before that, my lord. The advice from Mr. Nelson is dated the 11th of October.
Yes, I've got the Minister of Communications down as the 9th, but
oh, no, you're quite
I may well be wrong.
You're quite right. It is the...
so what was the government... Why was the government floating possible dismissal in advance of receiving this advice?